How you doing? It's Luke. Welcome to day 22 of going full time on my 9 to 5. Now, it might be a bit sketchy, this one, mainly because, as you can see, we have Claude co-work who's actually writing down some stuff in school, which is absolutely incredible. So, Claude co-work I have been sleeping on. It is amazing. Where's the thing to have it up? Yeah, basically just giving it a markdown of what I want and then told it what to do, and away it is doing it. It's fantastic. Now, as for what we're going to briefly talk about today, we're just going to update you on where we are. So, I think last time did we agree on YouTuber systems? Well, I don't know, man. Well, I've been doing a proper back and forth and just cannot commit. Not that I can't commit, I'm just exploring all the avenues. Well, anyway, we're back to agreeing on. Let me make this bigger. YouTuber systems. So we are definitely going YouTuber systems. Ba ba bam. So basically, we're covering three main points. Really two, which is start here, then how to make content. So that's a flag maybe. Then how to make content, and then how to make money. And that's going to be the three simple courses, and it's all just leveraging AI to do this. Basically, to do what I've done to go from zero to about $7,000 a month, which is really, really good. So we've been talking away. I have a cool idea that I've been doing, which is basically on Claude, which has got to be the best AI right now, for sure. Gemini, overrated. Overrated. And I have Alex Hormozy, then I have James Smith, PT, I have Mr. Beast, I have Gary V, and I have Ali Abdal. And we have them all chit-chatting to each other, plus me, whenever I have a question. So I have a question, and I'll be like, what do you think of this? And I'll get them all to argue with each other. And it has been working fantastically well, because I'll get different opinions with stuff. And the cool thing is it prompts me to think about what I'm going to do. So I've been using this kind of framework basically to do it, to try to come up with how to flesh these out here. The main concern really is that we just make sure that we don't become like a YouTuber channel, like top 10 titles. Instead, we want to be like, how I generate titles for free, or something like that, right? That's going to be the idea. So, also, we've just finished our first full month, 2nd of February. In regards to numbers, it's approximately, let me translate it, it's approximately $7,000 in closed sales last month. And because you get paid kind of like a month later, and December wasn't too good for me, we made probably about 2K, maybe $2,500 $1,000. So to be fair, in regards to closing, that's above my salary because I'm in the UK. So if I was in America, I'd probably have been on like 150K salary. But in the UK, the equivalent is like 60K. Not because of the exchange rate, but also because of the cost of living and stuff. I don't know. That's just standard. Like a standard 6-figure job in America is like 50 grand here. So anyway, so this is much more than normal than I would have closed top line. And on this side, this is much lower. So I'd normally probably have made about, I don't know, maybe 6K top line generally. And then I'd have getting paid probably 4.5, something like that after tax. But anyway, so these are the numbers. In regards to what's happened, I mean, we've just kind of gone all in and sponsored videos, and then any other free time, I'm just thinking about how to do this school thing here. And I've realised that it's February already, which has freaked me out a bit. So we've just gone full in YouTuber systems. We're going to try to realign the YouTube channel. So we have AI look. We're going to accept the fact that it's always going to be AI tools and updates. But we're going to try and do something like most of the videos, where applicable, most of the videos will lean into being YouTuber centric. So how to use this AI to make thumbnails, for example. But where it doesn't work, we'll just go with AI tools because that's fine. That is the business. And then we have our YouTuber systems, which are just going to use as a back end right now to AI look, but we're kind of thinking of making another channel for that so that I can actually talk about it. But I don't think that's pertinent yet, because if we think about like right now, I have a day. So say we'll just work this out properly so that I have this kind of like documented. It's interesting. In a day, I probably wake up at like how do we break this out of 24? We'll just use our eyes. So until like 7 a.m. I'm asleep. Until 9 a.m. I'm busy. And then in the evening, when do we go to bed? Oh, probably like 12 or 1. So we'll just say midnight because that's easy. And then we'll put maybe 9 here. And then during here, 9 to 9, I have probably like 12 until 2, somewhere in there. So we'll say like 12:30 until, we'll say 2:15 maybe. I normally have like my kids. So 9 till here, so that's like 3.5 hours of work. And then from here, I finish work normally at like 5:30, maybe 6, but we'll just say 5:30. So that's 17:30. The numbers. So this year is from 2 till 5, which is probably like 3.25 hours. So here we have like 6.75 hours, actually nothing at all. So 6.75 here during my definite work day. During this portion here, I'll try to go back to work if I can and get an extra hour in, but not always. In this 9 till 12, I definitely work from like, we'll say 10 till 12, something like that. So here, so that's another 2 hours. So I'm only really getting like, as you can see here, like 8.75 hours. And it's hard because like this part here is getting everybody ready, getting up, getting stuff, and this part here is getting everybody ready, getting them to bed, and blah blah blah. So really, I need to try and figure out how we're gonna recoup this in the middle. But I think considering that, we're doing all right. So we have these blocks of time, and of these blocks of time, we've just been focusing mainly on sponsored videos. That's actually atrocious now that I look at that. I can't believe how bad that is. Like how much time I'm wasting, basically. Not wasting, like how much time is non-productive. But anyway, so in this as well, obviously I've told you I've found religion recently, so I've been focusing on that sometimes as well, especially kind of in this evening portion of the day, looking into it, just seeing what's what in that. But yeah, everything's been aligned to sponsored videos because we had this grand idea that 100k was approximately 274 a day. Per day. And that's obviously math, so this is whether it's dollars or pounds. So I was aiming for pounds, which would have been about $374 a day, which honestly was working good initially until I realised like that takes a good 8 or 9 hours a day. Like that is an 8 or 9 hour day. 8 or 9 hour day. And so the problem with this then becomes if that's every single day, then this is 7 days a week, which is whatever that comes to like 60 hours a week, which is a lot when you've got 2 kids and a wife. And when you also then want to start making school content and stuff. And it completely undermines this idea that you don't realise that when you are like a creator or a freelancer as well, but mainly a creator, because creators are like freelancers for tiny little projects, whilst also building businesses, which is it's a weird one because normally say a freelancer will get a project and that project will even say like take a week, right? Whereas for like a YouTuber, it's like you get a project and that project might take somewhere between 0.5 to 1 days, but the amount of work here is it has to be then spread across say at least multiple days of correspondence. So even just say like it's probably across a 7-day period as they go from starting to finishing this. And of that there, you also then in the background they're going to be working on building some bigger business, something which you hope will then become like recurring. So you have this like split of focus which is really hard to tackle and manage. So and this 0.5 to 1 day, it's more like you do kind of a quarter of a day one day, half a day the next day, quarter of a day 2 days later. Like it's all proper blurry, man. And trying to just run with these sponsored videos, one, I don't like having to rely on other people, as it were. It's not ideal because, like right now, for example, a problem that I've run into is I won't say who, but there's a sponsor who have not gotten back to me on my video approval. So it took ages and then did and then didn't, blah, blah, blah. So we have people who haven't gotten back to me. We have other sponsors who have agreed but, haven't gotten back. And that's, that's whatever. But this one I've actually created the video and it is a notable company. So it's pretty disappointing. But hopefully they'll get back to me soon because I'm chasing them on LinkedIn as well. And then another one, which is a weird one I just had, was emails. I had agreed a price. Let's just make up massive numbers so that it doesn't matter. So say I made up this number of £1,000, right? And I've agreed with this with one guy. But then independently, some other guy was asking about the same company. Now, both of these are agencies, right? And across these two agencies, one of them has like, 1,000, the other one, I say is like 800 or something. So it's just testing the waters. And then here they're like, nah, I want an integration. So then I'm like halved it. So I'm like, right, I'll do 500 for an integration, a 60 to 90 second integration. And on this other side, the guy was like, sure, that's fine, but we want, these stipulations in place. So then I've delivered this, done the video, sent the invoice, and then this guy has come over and emailed me and said, "Oh, you've billed for 1,000. I thought it was 500." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? This is nothing to do with you as far as I'm aware here." And these are kind of like the stupid little things you have to deal with when you're doing this type of job. But yeah. And then another interesting thing is I've noticed, like, there's a guy, Eric Tech, and I've noticed he's using AI. I also noticed, of course, Julian Goldie uses AI for videos. It's Julia McCoy. There's a couple other people as well. And then there's obviously this Parker guy. And then there's another guy, I don't know, something like this. And these two are actually the same thing. It's like at Media Group .flow or something, Media Flow Group, something like that. Because this guy I suspected was AI for ages, for like a year, and he is now. Confirmed, because he has the exact same YouTube description as this Parker guy who is like, I don't know if he's openly AI, but everyone knows. But this one's a clone. There's another guy as well, this Dan Tech guy, he does the clone stuff. So I'm genuinely considering, because of these problems with my sponsorship stuff, is maybe making like an AI clone for the AI Look channel, and then just keeping this as like the AI Look channel, and it is about AI Look, and then that would mean that I can kind of free up a bunch of time to then start doing stuff that is more personal brand style, which will be for the YouTube assistants, something like that. And then the AI Look with the clones look like they're getting really good. But yeah, so that would just be like, me clicking through on screen, plus then a clone script. Something like this could be a good idea. Mainly to free me up, because I looked into AI influencers, man, but AI influencers, it just seems so unethical for me personally. Maybe you don't think so, but that's contentious to me. So AI influencers, I just don't think I can do that route. But to get me, and then like, AI influencer me, if I put my stamp of approval on it, then sure. Because it's just kind of like having, it's like franchising myself in some weird way to myself, which I'm totally fine with. So I think I'll do that. But we want to check this out. But yeah, school's looking good. I'll go quickly give you a look before we depart. I have one more lesson actually I'll tell you about in a second. So we have here, start here, making content, make money, making contents, all this stuff, ID generator. And I've just put in like because I've been talking loads, honestly, a brilliant tool, Scribe V2. Because I noticed that the reason I like to talk to AI isn't to hear what the AI has got to say, because most of the time I don't agree. It's to hear myself speaking out loud. So I'll just come here, click that, transcribe, and then I can read what I'm saying, and I can ask an AI to summarise it. Don't use ChatGPT, because it's absolutely dreadful. But anyway, this is the kind of system that we've gotten from it, and it's all just the markdown stuff, so we can come in and actually set this up. And then we have the Make Money one as well. And AI should be, Claude Cowork should be going through this right now, doing all this. Let me see. don't know what he's up to here. Oops. Let me save it before him. There we go. Sometimes he gets stuck. What's going on here? Anyway, yeah. The last thing too I was going to say was, I suppose I did cover it, didn't I? With you make money, but then you don't get it for ages. Yeah, that's just part of parcel what it is. So, anyway, long story short is we're day 22. Technically, we're actually day 32 or something. So I mean, we could just start from like the real days, or maybe just change the date because we started officially being self-employed on the 1st of the 1st. So it's 31 days in January, and we're on the 2nd day of Feb, so it's day 33 of being a full-time YouTuber, basically. And yeah, these are the things I'm learning. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the journey. If you have any questions, queries, comments, let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, I was also thinking of starting to make shorts, but chill out, look. Bye.